What it do, good man fam, and welcome to the next episode of the podcast, the I Have a Theory podcast. Now, this happened a while ago, and I wanted to speak about it. So, a while ago, I was going into McDonald's to do some work, right? And I saw these two boys sitting with this one young black girl, two booths in front of me. At about 2 o'clock, direction wise, there were two females speaking in another booth. So, the one about whom I'm speaking is like she looked about 70 years old, right? Now, the young girl sitting with the two boys, she was black and the two boys were black as well. Now, I'm just paying attention to myself, just working on what it is on which I'm working and time passing, right? They're playing a video out loud, which of course you shouldn't be doing in a freaking restaurant, but whatever. So time passes and I hear a little bit of commotion and I look up. They're getting up to leave. At least two of them were. I noticed that the girl was, and I noticed that the girl was grabbing on the one slender boy who was the shortest one and pulling him where she wanted him to go, just pulling him. All I kept thinking was, why are they being so loud? Anyway, from across the restaurant, she says to the boy still sitting down in front of me to get up. And he looks over at her and says, come get me. Alluding to how she did the other young man. So her and the other young man both walked back over to that booth and she grabbed him too and tried to pull him up, but he wouldn't let her. The first boy said something to her and then she just hit him on the arm. Then turned around and started walking out, and the first boy followed her. So her and the first guys started leaving. They walked right past me, and the one young man who was still in the booth and getting up, who was, really tall, said to her that she was mean. And she responded, no, I'm not. And when he walked by me, because I was sitting closer to the door in that booth, I said, you are, alluding to the girl being mean. Then the other lady about whom I was speaking, she was speaking with another female about her escapades. And if y'all know what escapades mean, she said her name was Kelly or something like that. Now, she has had 3 husbands. And she cut up one of her husband's furniture, who she sent to jail and sold some of it. And she said that after one of her husbands died, she was dating and sleeping with dudes with only one rule. When you say you love her, she leaves you. So she said they were having oral sex, and he started shaking and climaxing and said he loves her, and she said it's over immediately. That's freaking crazy, yo. She kept on talking about taking their assets, their assets. She said she went into menopause at 40, and it was from quote unquote working hard your whole life and supporting your whole family. She said to her friend that the guy her friend is with is kissing her butt because she's paying all of the bills and doesn't want to work. She even said that some people say that she's mean, but it's not that. She's just real and doesn't take any crap from nobody. Come on, man. Ma'am, that translates to you're mean. But the craziest thing she said was all the blacks moved up here. Yes, she said the blacks. That's crazy, bro. She was like a walking parody of both a seeming racist and a modern female. No wonder she was just getting banged by guys for the past several decades, 30 years or something like that. She looked like she was 70 years old and used, real talk. But the final strategy was when her friend said, I'm not saying I let it run my life, but I'm really into astrology. Then she said that she was into astrology too, and then mentioned her psychic. That was it for me. I was done. That was it. Then she threw in taking edibles daily for Get Measured. It was a wrap for me right then. So my point of telling you all these stories is, think about both of those stories. Did you notice a pattern? See, my theory is that one of the primary reasons why females become modern females and act the way they act nowadays is because of all of the things with which males let them get away throughout their entire childhood. And if males didn't allow that unchecked young bad behavior, like hitting boys and trying to literally drag them around, that even with the internet, there is absolutely no way they would end up elderly and entitled like the other lady. You end up going from where that young black female was to being like that older white lady because of that entitlement that males end up letting happen. We never tend to check that bullcrap. This is why they're so absolutely just ridiculously delusional. Now I'm going to let you all listen to something. I'm going to let it play in its entirety. I think it's like a minute and a half, 2 minutes or something like that. And then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about this because this is absolutely bananas in pajamas. All right.
I told you I'm not fat. So that already gives you the description of what I think fat is.
You know you're fat though, right?
No.
I need to be very clear. Like, it's not joking roasting anymore. Like, I need to be very clear for the sake of health and the sake of everyone out there. You cannot think that this is considered normal.
I'm not fat. I'm not skinny. I'm not fat.
You are fat. This is not an insult. I want to be very clear.
I understand what you're doing.
We cannot do fat acceptance. It is not okay.
I wouldn't consider you fat either.
Girl, I'm obese.
Wouldn't consider you fat.
It doesn't matter what you do. Science does. It is not healthy. We are not going to live long lives. My energy levels are not as good as other people. My resting heart rate is not as good as everyone else. I am more susceptible to high blood pressure and diabetes. So are you. These are not good things. And this is not the point of this conversation, but the fact that we got down it, I need to be very clear. And it is important for those watching. Accepting this as not fat is just not the real world. That's not the real world, and that is not okay. It's not acceptable, and it is not healthy or normal.
What do you want me to tell you? I'm not fat.
I was hoping maybe you'd kind of come around and be willing to try to live whether or not you live a healthier lifestyle is up to you, but to just accept this as healthy is kind of unacceptable.
I never once said healthy. I just said I'm not fat and I'm not skinny.
Now that we're just on the topic, I really can't allow people out there to. The fat acceptance movement has led to deaths and horrible health insurance premiums for all of us.
Yeah. That's why I don't have health insurance, because I can't afford it.
Oh my.
So, what are your thoughts on this? Put it in the comments section because comments really help push the video. Then grab yourself some merch on the way out in order to support the channel. And don't forget to click like and subscribe. Thanks, good man fam.